Welcome everybody, Sean here, and we're doing another unboxing today, this time with Xenoblade Chronicles 3 Special Edition. And I know you're asking yourself, hey, didn't Xenoblade Chronicles 3 come out a few months ago? To which my answer is yes, it did. However, if you pre-ordered the Special Edition, they sent you the plain copy, the retail copy, maybe is the best way to refer to it. They sent you the main game ahead of time, so you could play it, and then the special edition contents they sent later. My theory is the reason they did this is because the original release date was slated to be around now, but they moved the release date for the game up a few months, probably to fill in gaps in their release schedule. And I'm guessing the special edition contents weren't finished with production yet. So they opted to just ship the game separately and all the special edition contents at a later date, which is what they did. So I finally got it. I actually, I forgot what's supposed to come in it, and it doesn't actually tell you on the box. So I will be just as surprised as you. However, I don't think there's a lot in there, so this will probably be a short video. But I just wanted to do it anyway because I was really excited to finally get this. If you haven't played it already, I did play through all of it. Xenoblade Chronicles 3, one of the best games of the year so far, in my personal opinion. It is just absolutely stellar. It improves on a lot of the things I didn't like in Xenoblade 2, and I find the cast of characters just way more likable than any of the previous casts, perhaps even for the first game as well. It's just really good character-to-character moments. I really enjoyed the overall story. Combat is improved. It despite being a large world with lots of side quests, it feels like it respects your time. It's just really well done, and I highly recommend it if you haven't played it already. But enough gushing about the game. If you haven't actually seen what the retail game looks like just by itself, there's the back cover there, and then the inside. I got a little character artwork on the inside, so no manual or anything, which is not uncommon, but it is what it is as far as retail releases goes. But that's not what you're here for. You're here to see what's in this thing. Now, I have not opened it yet, even though there's no seal on it, but it never came in a seal, so technically sealed copies of this don't exist. So there's nothing preventing anyone from just opening one and selling it as new, I guess, if you're an eBay person. Though ethically, that's probably not great. But anyways, I didn't open it. It just did not come sealed. So I am looking at the contents for the first time right now. Oh, and before I already opened it, but obviously the front cover, it's got kind of that reflective thing going on. And the characters pop out a little bit. So really nicely done cover. And then on the back, normally what you would expect to see is kind of like what's on the back of the retail copy like this. That's normally what I would see, but instead you get this really beautiful artwork on the back cover here, which is also kind of reflective. And I was really surprised by this. I thought it was an art print that was stuck to the back of it. But no, this is actually printed on the back of the box here. It's just really beautiful done artwork, I have to say. But anyway, back to seeing the contents. So I'm going to pull out what appears to be the art book first. That seems like it would be the easiest thing. So here is the art book. And it's about the same size as the box. It's pretty large. It's hardcover. It's got all the main party members on the front here. And then as far as what's on the back, I won't spoil too much about what's going on here, but anyway, it is wrapped in plastic, so I'll see how easily I can break into this. The plastic comes off pretty good, actually. So not too much of a challenge. Alright. So we've got Xenoblade Chronicles 3 Collected Works. Looks like it's got some interviews on the front here. Or a forward, at least. So that's nice. And I'll just kind of jump ahead a little bit. So there's Mio. And the problem with this book being so wide, it's hard to fit all of it on camera with the distance away that I'm positioned here. So bear with me on that front. But some sketches of the character. Very nice. Let me actually jump ahead a little bit more. Very cool stuff. In fact, I don't know how much spoilers is in here, so I probably won't dig too deep into this, but it's looking like a lot of the major characters... there's some artwork for the weapons and stuff here. That's pretty cool. I saw some backgrounds as I was flipping through, too. Yeah, so... very cool. Let's see what else we've got in the box here. This looks like a piece of cardboard, which houses our steelbook. And if I remember correctly, I think that's the only other thing that's in here. So the cardboard houses the steelbook here, and it is wrapped in plastic. So I'm going to take that out. So the artwork to this actually looks very similar to that of the outer box, which is not a bad thing. It's very, very nice art. It's not as reflective as the box, though. And then on the back here, if you played the game, you know what that symbol means. No title on the spine, though. I think I had actually talked about this in my last unboxing video about how it drives me crazy when steelbooks don't put their titles on the spines, and that's exactly what they did here. Now, I probably won't separate this from the big box, honestly. So, you know, it's not a deal breaker. I'm probably not going to have this sitting on my shelf like this anyway. But for someone who would want to do that, you have this sitting on your shelf like this. You don't know what game it is. So yeah, any steelbook, it doesn't matter. Even if it's not a steelbook, just a regular case, should have the title on the spine. I was a backer for the Shenmue 3 Kickstarter, and one of the backer bonus things was it came with a cardboard. I want to say, I don't think it was a full-on box. It may have been just like a sleeve with a different design on it, just for backers or whatever. It didn't have the title on the spine. So I have it sitting on my shelf, and the only way I know what game it is because it's the only game that doesn't have the title on the spine. So anyway, that drives me crazy. If we open up the case here, very nice artwork on the inside. I like that. You can see you've got a spot for our game in there, of course, and for a manual that doesn't exist. If there's, I don't know, some cool stuff you want to hide in here. I don't know, stickers or something maybe. some of those Nintendo rewards that you can use some of your points on. Maybe you could stick those in here too, I guess. But anyway, that is the Steelbook case. Which, yeah, like I said, overall, I like the design, just not a fan of no title on the spine. So let me line this stuff back up again. So we've got the Steelbook case. We've got the art book. We got the actual game, which shipped separately. And then we've got the box, which is probably off frame a little bit. So that is the Xenoblade Chronicles 3 Special Edition. Like I said, there's not a lot in it, but I do enjoy what's here. The only thing missing that I would have really enjoyed is the soundtrack, because the Xenoblade games have incredible soundtracks. I think I enjoyed the previous games more, at least the first and the second game. Xenoblade X had kind of a weird soundtrack, but I do enjoy the soundtracks for the first two games much more, but I would have loved to have one included in this set. I think that's the main thing that's missing from this set is the soundtrack. If I would have had that, I would say this is probably the perfect set. Even if it's not the full soundtrack, even if it's I know some of the other ones they do like 10 tracks or something. It's usually the 10 most popular tracks or something like that. Even something like that, like a sampler CD, would have been fine. So I will probably, if I want to listen to Xenoblade tunes, I will probably have to pick up that separately now. But other than that, what's here is great. And it isn't that expensive a special edition. Well, it wasn't when I bought it. It probably is now on the aftermarket because it's sold out. Nintendo didn't produce a ton of these. So if you're buying this on eBay, it's probably going to cost you a pretty penny. But when you first bought it from Nintendo, it wasn't terribly expensive. So anyway, that is the Xenoblade Chronicles 3 Special Edition. I thank you so much for joining me. Again, highly recommend the game if you haven't played it yet. It's fantastic. It's got a lot of content, great story, great characters, great everything. I absolutely love it. And if you can get the special edition for a decent price, I recommend it. For hundreds of dollars, probably not. I actually haven't looked at what they're charging for it now in the aftermarket, but I would not overpay for this. But if you can get a decent price on it, it's got some good stuff here. So anyway, thanks so much for joining me, and I'll see you for the next one. Take care.